What's up everybody, welcome to another camera comparison video. Today I have this Xiaomi 13 Pro and Vivo X90 Pro. I have been using this Vivo X90 Pro for almost a month now and Xiaomi 13 Pro almost about 18 days now. I have actually started recording this camera comparison video almost 15 days ago, but after I have started recording this camera comparison video, Xiaomi has pushed the update and I had to retake a lot of photos, I had to reshoot a lot of videos, so I had to restart the camera comparison video. And after I have restarted the camera comparison video, almost everybody in this studio got sick and yeah, we had to go through a hard time. But finally we are here with a camera comparison between Xiaomi 13 Pro and Vivo X90 Pro. Both of these two smartphones comes with the same main sensor, Sony IMX989 1-inch 50 megapixel sensor. So I believe that this camera comparison is going to be a very exciting one. If you end up liking this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Support honest content. What's up everybody, welcome to another camera comparison video. Today I have this Vivo X90 Pro and Xiaomi 13 Pro. Well, I have been using Vivo X90 Pro for almost 12 days now and Xiaomi 13 Pro for only 2 or 3 days. Today is the third day. So I'm not sure how good is the performance of this Xiaomi 13 Pro, but Vivo X90 Pro selfie camera performance is a bit better than Vivo X80 Pro. Well, you check carefully which smartphone has wider dynamic range, better color grading, better white balance. I think, yes, I have this, I don't know, I feel like I have these feelings like Vivo X90 Pro white balance isn't that correct and Xiaomi 13 Pro dynamic range exposure isn't that correct. Also, we need to check stabilization. Well, it's really very cold outside, very cold. It's minus 8 degrees Celsius today. Oh my gosh, look at this. Vivo X90 Pro has very good, very good dynamic range. Very good exposure. Wow. Xiaomi, please do something. Even if you ask me, Xiaomi 12S Ultra selfie camera performance isn't that good. I think that one is even worse than this Xiaomi 13 Pro. Well, we have been talking about stabilization. It's very cold, super cold. How is stabilization? One more time. Listen carefully, check carefully and make a comment in the comment section below. Which smartphone selfie camera performance is better than the other? Vivo X90 Pro gets a super thumbs up from me. Okay, before we start the video, one request: if you end up liking this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel. Support honest content. Let's flip to the rear cameras. As usual, I will start with human photos, because camera performance of these two smartphones differs more than a lot while taking human subject photos in an indoor environment. Xiaomi 13 Pro and Vivo X90 Pro both comes with the same Sony IMX989 50 megapixel main sensor, but Vivo has their own custom ISP V2, Zeiss T-star coated lens and Zeiss color filter, while Xiaomi has Leica color filter. I have used Leica Vibrant and Zeiss Natural Color filter throughout this camera comparison video. Whenever I have tried to take human photos with Xiaomi 13 Pro, I have noticed a few issues: over-sharpening, way too cold color temperature, poor focus metering, awful beauty effect, high contrast, high saturation, and mediocre color grading. On the other hand, Vivo has managed to grab enough details on the subject, textures are sharp enough, and there is a very good balance between shadows and highlights. Skin tone and color tone mapping is also way better in the photos taken with Vivo X90 Pro. If you check the face and hair color of the models in these photos, you will also be able to easily notice the differences. Vivo X90 Pro with a better stock camera algorithm has almost smashed Xiaomi 13 Pro in human photos. Okay, it's time for the most favorite segment, portrait photography. X90 Pro has definitely grabbed more details, I am amazed by the way Vivo has processed textures. Vivo X90 Pro has very high detail level on the subject along with sharper textures. It's totally opposite in Xiaomi portrait photos. Xiaomi 13 Pro has a Samsung JN1 50MP mediocre sensor tagged to its telephoto lens. Vivo X90 Pro has a slightly better Sony IMX758 50MP sensor tagged to its telephoto lens. Both the 13 Pro and X90 Pro have OIS tagged to the telephoto sensor. Vivo X90 Pro uses its 2x zoom telephoto lens and Xiaomi 13 Pro uses its 3.2x zoom telephoto lens to take portrait photos. And after checking a lot of photos side by side, Vivo has better exposure, a bit wider dynamic range, it has better color grading. Yeah, sometimes colors are a bit pale, but Vivo's Zeiss natural color filter has reproduced almost perfect true-to-life skin tone. In terms of edge detection, edge cutouts, separation between subject and background, both have performed similarly well. However, I prefer the creamy bokeh effect of X90 Pro. Considering that Vivo has higher detail level and sharper textures, putting all the preferential things aside, I would select Vivo X90 Pro over Xiaomi 13 Pro for portrait photography. I am tired of this. Well, I truly don't know when will Xiaomi take selfie photos seriously. Vivo has at least tried to improvise. Being a Xiaomi smartphone, Xiaomi 13 Pro couldn't perform anything better than this. Vivo X90 Pro selfie photos have better exposure, more details and better color grading. I'm surprised to see that Xiaomi has failed to continue with the selfie performance of Xiaomi 12s Pro. 12s Pro selfie camera performance was better than Vivo X80 Pro, and now Vivo X90 Pro selfie camera performance is better than Xiaomi 13 Pro. Anyway, Vivo X90 Pro with better skin tone, less beautification, more detail and sharper textures has delivered better selfie performance. Okay, these video clips were recorded in 4K 60 frames per second. This is really a frustrating period of this camera comparison video. Surprisingly, both the Vivo X90 Pro and Xiaomi 13 Pro low-light 4K performance is not what I have expected. Under bright daylight, both performs well, but in an indoor environment, under artificial lighting, 4K 60fps video recording performance of Xiaomi 13 Pro is nowhere near iPhone 14 Pro or Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. In terms of detail, sharpness and color rendition, I would choose Vivo X90 Pro. I'm not sure what's wrong with Xiaomi. I have checked twice and stabilization was enabled on Xiaomi 13 Pro, but it seems in 4K 60fps it heavily depends on EIS. I really don't understand what's the use of that hyper OIS of Xiaomi 13 Pro. Exposure, contrast and highlights. Everything seems to be a bit better in the video clip recorded with Vivo X90 Pro. What's your thought on this? Don't forget to make a comment and share your thoughts and ideas. Well, once we drop the frame rate to 30fps, both the Xiaomi 13 Pro and Vivo X90 Pro performs well enough in low light environment. These video clips were recorded in 4K 30fps, and after checking a few other low light 4K 30fps video clips, it's clear that both the phone uses OIS and offers flagship class stabilization. Vivo X90 Pro has better stability and exposure, but one more time, it's truly unfortunate that Xiaomi 13 Pro has failed to improvise their noise removing algorithm. It also has a bit of an exposure issue. In terms of detail level, both the Xiaomi and Vivo have managed to grab similar type of details. Vivo, with true-to-life color rendition, better contrast and better highlights management, has managed to reproduce a natural video clip.
Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession. You got their attention, now leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for...
It's time for low light photos. It's the real battle between these monsters. On the left, Xiaomi 13 Pro comes with Leica optimization. On the right, Vivo X90 Pro comes with Zeiss T-Star coated lens and V2 ISP. Surprisingly, Xiaomi has gone for brighter photos with high shadows, while Vivo X90 Pro has produced natural contrasty low-light photos with sharper textures. I have grabbed more than 100 photos, and after checking all the photos, I think most of the differences are preferential. It's true that Xiaomi has done well, but Vivo X90 Pro belongs to super flagship league. As I have tried to take photos in very harsh and awful lighting conditions, Xiaomi 13 Pro has failed to manage exposure and contrast. After heavily cropping in, you can clearly see the differences. Vivo has a bit better contrast and sharpness, both have grabbed similar amount of detail, processed textures with clarity, and everything looks similar, but in some crazy and harsh lighting conditions, Vivo with Zeiss star-coated lens and V2 ISP has managed to have very good exposure, and I really like that Vivo X90 Pro has managed to render true-to-life colors. It feels more natural. A lot of things depends on personal preferences. Some people prefers brighter and vibrant images, while others prefer darker low-light photos, which have the vibe of a night. Here in Hans Tech Talk, we care about 4 different aspects of a nighttime photo. Here we call it DENS: detail, exposure, noise, and shadow. After doing some heavy nitpicking, after checking a lot of low-light photos side by side, I'm truly convinced that Vivo X90 Pro has slight more details, better exposure, it has managed to process and remove noises without compensating brightness, and finally, shadow detail is also marginally better in Vivo X90 Pro night mode photos. Ultra-wide sensor of this Vivo X90 Pro is the weakest link of this phone. I don't know why Vivo had to use this sensor, cause Vivo X80 Pro has a better Sony IMX598 sensor. Xiaomi 13 Pro comes with a Samsung JN 150MP sensor. As per specifications, Xiaomi has a better sensor for ultra-wide photos. But in reality, Vivo has actually performed better than Xiaomi 13 Pro. Xiaomi 13 Pro definitely has grabbed more details, but due to poorly optimized camera algorithm, ultra-wide photos of Xiaomi 13 Pro doesn't look as attractive as Vivo X90 Pro. Vivo X90 Pro with better computational photography has well processed the textures, maintained exposure, removed noise and grains without compromising the shadows. In some occasions, Vivo has saturated the colors, but that's nothing too heavy. Side by side, Vivo X90 Pro ultra-wide photos are much better than Xiaomi 13 Pro ultra-wide photos. Xiaomi 13 Pro has a mid-level Samsung JN 150MP sensor tagged to its 3.2 times optical zoom telephoto lens. Vivo X90 Pro has a better Sony IMX758 50MP sensor tagged to its 2 times optical zoom telephoto lens. Vivo has an advantage of having a 2 times telephoto lens with a Sony IMX758 50MP sensor. So if you want, you can get a better 2 times zoom photo. Once you punched into 3.2 times zoom, I thought Xiaomi would instantly take the lead, but I was wrong. Vivo X90 Pro has managed to perform even better, cause it has better software algorithm. Vivo X90 Pro has managed to get slight more detail, a bit better exposure, along with sharper textures. Yeah, sometimes sharpness is a bit too high, but besides Xiaomi 13 Pro's soft and overexposed photos, that's way better. I have also tried to take some 5 times zoom photos in low light and got the same result. Vivo has continued to perform better. I have taken at least 30 daytime zoom photos, and I'm truly not that surprised to see that Vivo X90 Pro has done better than Xiaomi 13 Pro in 3.2 times zoom photos, especially in daytime. Xiaomi 13 Pro has done well, but as it has 3.2 times optical zoom, I thought Vivo X90 Pro with its 2 times optical zoom would fail to compete with Xiaomi 13 Pro. But Vivo with V2 ISP has proved again that a better sensor with better optimization can get better result. One more time, Vivo has sharper textures with higher detail level and wider dynamic range. Yeah, through this video, there are 2 things I have noticed. Vivo always has sharper textures and a bit more details. Finally, let's check some main sensor daytime photos. Good news for Xiaomi fanboys. This is the only segment where Xiaomi has fought well with Vivo. Not only fought well, Xiaomi has done better in some occasions. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, all the photos were taken in auto mode without any tweaking whatsoever. Zeiss color filter on Vivo and Leica Vibrant on Xiaomi was selected. Both the Vivo and Xiaomi have rendered colors which looks natural but due to different type of color temperature, Xiaomi 13 Pro photos looks cold while Vivo X90 Pro photos are a bit warm. Both have very good exposure, color rendition, brightness, highlights and dynamic range. Sometimes Vivo has grabbed more details and sometimes Xiaomi has grabbed more details. I'm super surprised and truly I had to check twice that these photos are from two different smartphones, cause in some occasions there are more similarities than differences. I would say both the smartphones have done very good, way better than what I have expected. Kudos to Xiaomi and Vivo for delivering super flagship class photos under bright daylight.
Go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop.
Well, let's check some daytime landscape ultra-wide photos. I'm not sure what's wrong here, cause Vivo comes with Zeiss T-Star coated lens. Vivo X80 Pro with a similar setup performs far better than this. I think this is an issue with the exposure management in software algorithm, or maybe this is all about the poor sensor that Vivo has used for ultra-wide photos. I really don't like the idea that Vivo has used a relatively weaker sensor for the ultra-wide lens. Under harsh lighting conditions, Xiaomi 13 Pro has slightly wider dynamic range and better exposure. However, detail level and texture sharpness is similar. There is a difference in white balance throughout this comparison, but in daytime ultra-wide photos, it's a bit more drastic. Xiaomi 13 Pro has one major issue in daytime ultra-wide photos and it's totally opposite to nighttime ultra-wide photos. Xiaomi has unnecessarily increased saturation and the sky color rendition looks way too artificial. It's very difficult to select a winner, but I would go with Xiaomi 13 Pro for daytime ultra-wide photos.
Ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes.
Last but not the least, rather, indoor photography performance is one of the most important part, cause both of these two smartphones have flagship class main sensors and it is true that if there is a difference in camera performance, then it's more visible in indoor low light or in artificial lighting environment. In general, Vivo X90 Pro indoor photos have a bit of a warm tone, but mid-tones are really on the perfect line. Vivo also has better exposure and highlights. I really like the way X90 Pro has changed contrast ratio and vibrance depending on ambient light and colors. More details, slightly better texture processing, shadows without noise and grains. This Vivo X90 Pro with its custom V2 ISP offers super flagship class camera performance. After checking 27 different photos, it is clear that Xiaomi 13 Pro has really performed well enough. It has beaten Vivo X90 Pro in several occasions. However, considering the consistency and stability of Vivo X90 Pro, I would choose that Vivo X90 Pro over Xiaomi 13 Pro for indoor photography. Well, after watching through this video, what do you think? Which one is the winner of this camera comparison? Definitely Vivo X90 Pro has done far better than Xiaomi 13 Pro. I think Xiaomi is becoming a bit arrogant these days. They don't actually accept that their camera performance isn't as good as what they claim. But the Xiaomi devices in real life actually delivers only a little. I'm a bit disappointed, I'm a bit frustrated because Xiaomi 13 Pro actually costs a lot. In China this one costs around $800 but if Xiaomi releases this one in global market, this one will cost maybe more than $1,250. That's a huge amount. So yeah, considering that Vivo X90 Pro also comes with the same price tag, I think Vivo X90 Pro is definitely a better one, a better choice here. I'm not only talking about camera performance, overall performance of Vivo X90 Pro is also better than Xiaomi 13 Pro. Well, if you have enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to click on the like button and please subscribe to this channel, support honest content. Also, don't forget to make a comment and share your thoughts and ideas in the comment section below. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. And when they try to change, you can say no, free me.